Another day, another Josh cast. Josh cast. So I'm going to do this wearing my mask because I'm a good citizen. I'm a good citizen of the United States of America. And when I say united, I'm using air quotes. It's Memorial Day 2020. Ooh, I almost feel like I'm doing a captain's log. Captain's log, stardate Memorial Day 2020. We can't do anything. We can't go anywhere where there's a virus, so we're not actually in space. I'm in my apartment right now. There's really nothing much to do. I can't really explore strange new worlds right now. I'm exploring a lot of Netflix. I'm in my apartment on the ship. The ship is grounded on Earth. I actually think it would make more sense if we were not on Earth. I think we'd be safer, but I just follow orders. There's really not much else to talk about in this log. Just sitting here, ready to go back out. Just waiting to explore strange new worlds, seek out new life and new civilizations, boldly go where no one has gone before. I was thinking of calling Cindy, but I don't think she's into me. All right, that's the end of the log. I'm signing off now. And that's the end of the log. There you go. So I'm seeing all these notices for apartments for rent. And it's interesting. I'm noticing that the prices are not going down. I foresee a cityscape where 99% of the apartments are empty and there's just one guy per building. But they're still living in their tiny, cramped bachelor apartment, paying $1,500 a month. Well, fortunately, it was rent controlled, so it's not $2,000 a month. I see. And what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm the CEO of Zoom. Very concerning. I'm seeing more and more people on the street. That can't be good. I always feared we'd be in a depression. I just never expected that it would be so fast. It's a very fast depression. Caused by a plague, which was also surprising. I thought it was going to be another bubble bursting. Turns out the bubble this time was our immune system. So I was watching, what was I watching last night? Raising Cain. Brian De Palma movie. John Lithgow plays a guy with multiple personality disorder. I can watch that movie 100 times. I don't know what, it's just fun to see John Lithgow totally flip out. People do things in that movie that make absolutely zero sense. Like this woman, she's married to John Lithgow, but she comes across this guy who she had feelings for, but then he went away because his wife had died and there was drama involving the wife. And she still has feelings for him. And she immediately, upon seeing him, the first thing she does is she buys 2 presents. One for the husband and one for him. And, that just goes to show you that, there are certain people who are really good shoppers. Because if it were me, I would maybe I would have bought the present for the husband because that's what I was in the store for. But then halfway home, I would have been like, oh, you know what? I should have gotten something for the side dude. Why didn't I get something for the side? Doggone it. I'm so bad at shopping. And then she she proceeds to have affairs and wake up, I think, or just pretend to have affairs and wake up. One of them was definitely she had the she walked with the guy. She meets the guy at the playground, and then they just walk over to a nearby forest and have sex. Not but, 10 feet away from the playground. I've never seen that in life. Maybe I have seen that. No, I haven't. I haven't experienced that. The need to sleep with somebody so badly that I will do it 10 feet away from where children are playing. I mean, I understand, don't get me wrong. I've had yearnings. I've had desires. But I'd like to think I could, drive 15 minutes to a hotel at least. And then, making love on the floor of on the forest floor, it's going to get everything dirty. There's just a lot going on there that I would not be a fan of. But this is why I'm not the person who is a main character in a Brian De Palma film. And then at one point, I guess she gets the gifts mixed up, and she sneaks into the guy she's having the affair with. She sneaks into his hotel room while he's out, slips in a present, and realizes only later that it was the wrong present. So then she goes back, sneaks in while he's there, tries to change it out, and then he wakes up and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know." And then they have sex. Is this how human beings act? And here's the thing. I love the movie. It makes no sense to me. I'm not trying to put the movie down per se. I just am making an agreement with the movie saying, I'm going to let this go so that we can get to John Lithgow playing 19 different roles, flipping out on screen. That's why we all know that's why we're here. But what else can we say about these things of great portent? Open to serve you. That's what a banner is saying. Open to serve you. Who's open we're open, but we're not serving you. But you're open. That's correct. You can walk in and we can tell you to piss off and then you walk right back out. This quarantine is making me stir crazy. This quarantine is making me stir crazy. This quarantine, man, driving me crazy. It's just driving me crazy. It really is. It's driving me absolutely up the walls. You know this. I was a professional masseuse / secret agent, and I just can't do anything now. All I'm down to is sniper situations. The snipers, by the way. That's one occupation that's not affected by the quarantine. snipers on the roof of a building thinking, I could be collecting so much more if I was on unemployment right now than I am doing this. This is not a good year to be a sniper! Maybe that's what we need, maybe we can make some extra work for snipers by hiring them to use their scope so we can see what's going on. Feel like we're more, outside. Maybe that's what we do for with the live entertainment. We get, this is how we create jobs with live entertainment. We do a concert, and you have all these snipers who are pointing their scopes at the acts, and then they're just communicating in their walkie-talkies to people at home, just describing what's going on. The target is now going into the bridge. The target is now doing one of his early favorites. Do we take the shot, sir? No, this is not a situation. I told you not even to bring bullets. We're not taking the shot. You're just describing what Yanni is doing. Target is playing music that while good, is a bit soporific. We're not sure. We're trying to debate how the target can keep his hair so full during the time of quarantine. Not entirely sure. We need to get back up on that. I feel good about that riff. I think we're done on that riff. We've done what we needed to do. But that's the big debate. When do we reopen? Is it safe to reopen? Is it not safe to reopen? I feel like I'm living in a world where it's either not safe to reopen or it totally is safe to reopen. And there seems to be no middle ground. People on one side saying, it's 100% safe to reopen. We need to restart the economy. We can do this safely. We can have orgies safely. It's fine. There's a way to do it. All you need is a little bit of bleach, a sneeze guard here, a seeing eye dog there. We can do this. We can make this orgy happen at no loss of life. Okay, an acceptable loss of life, but we can still do it. We can make this happen. And then on the other end of the spectrum, don't go out! No! We have to build bunkers. Everyone's got to build bunkers right now. We won't be able to see the surface of the earth until 2050. It's over. This is the new normal. Each individual household is going to have to be separately responsible for repopulating the earth. So I know the last thing we want to talk about right now is incest. But think of your children's future, / grandchildren, / nieces and nephews. It's going to be, the family nights are going to be a little weird for the next 3 generations, but it'll get better. Nobody's wearing them. I'm the only idiot wearing a mask on the road right now. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the United States right now with the quarantine procedures, reminds me of any first grade classroom where you have the goody two-shoes students. Usually there's 2 to 3 of them. They're the ones doing what they're told, doing the work, wearing the masks. Then a large percentage of the population who's, maybe they have half a mask. They're wearing the masks some of the time, sure. And then the rest of the students are just vagrantly not doing it, not doing the work. And the teacher, what a lot of the teachers did when I was growing up was they would do communal punishment. No recess, everybody, no recess. And that is exactly what is happening today. And that, my friends, is the end of the podcast, the end of the podcast, the end of the podcast. I have arrived at my destination, so this is the end of the podcast. I will see you on Thursday, because my plan is to do Mondays and Thursdays. That is my affirmation. Also, I'm doing a show, a virtual show, at Flappers Comedy Club and Restaurant. I believe it is the last Sunday in June. I will have more details. Buy your tickets now. We might sell out this imaginary space that doesn't exist, and yet it is possible to sell it out. Have fun, children.